All right, we're here for the finale of Chaos Theory. I almost said Camperdacious again. The End of the Beginning. Interesting title.
Cabrera? You're the one behind all this?
Yes, Cabrera. It was on the tip of my tongue.
Dinosaurs?
The Allosaurus was supposed to scare her a little. Send a message. Get her to stop.
Is that why you sent those Atrociraptors after us? To send us a message?
Atrociraptors? What are you talking about?
Ooh, okay. So this was something I don't remember if I actually said this in one of these commentaries, but this was a thought I had. The DPW side of things being separate from the Atrociraptor stuff. So it seems so I guess what we're dealing with here, there's the original thread of like what was Brooklyn doing, and she was involved in this DPW dinosaur wrangling shit, right? And that is actually unconnected to the Atrociraptor attacks, which is a separate conspiratorial event that just happened to put them on the trail of the original conspiracy. I like that. That's a good that's a good story hook. I like that. That's fun. That's cool. Also, the bumpy egg, are they just gonna hash that themselves? How I'm curious how they'll handle that. Like, I grew up on a farm, right? And even when I moved off a farm when I was still a young kid, my parents still kept chickens. Hatching bird eggs, chicken eggs, and like guinea fowl eggs, not easy. You got to have the conditions in the incubator really finely tuned, and a lot of them bastards don't hatch still. And there's like no room for air on hatching eggs. Like, you fuck up, those eggs are dead. That's part of why we had so many like probably had so many like bad hatches and stuff, was like, you know, learning how to hatch eggs, growing pains maybe, I don't know. I wasn't involved directly in most of that.
Fine. Then what do you want?
Stay out of my business. No more snooping around. You know I can find you, no matter where you are.
We can do that.
Except Darius. I want him back working for the DPW. Gives us credibility. Lets me keep an eye on him.
Yeah,
and
hostage.
you.
Makes perfect sense. Whoa. Okay, we ain't seen the Suchomimus yet, have we? So that was maybe a little sneak peek of the Sucho in that pen there.
Maybe my old boss Ronnie knows who we can talk to.
Darius, how can we be sure Ronnie's not in on it too?
You can't, but you gotta try something. I mean, jeez. Ooh, okay. This is interesting. What a twist! We got the weird lady.
What are you doing here? I told you to stay away. I'm not cleaning up any more of your messes.
Okay. So they do know each other. He just doesn't know about the Atrociraptors. This character is so fucking weird.
In fact, this isn't working out. You're fired.
What the fuck?
Jensen, perfect timing. Escort our friend here out.
Is she gonna have a voice? Is this just how they saved on a voice actor?
Did you hear me? I said...
You really think you're the one who's been calling the shots this whole time?
What are those?
Gets the job done much better than leaving it to chance with an Allosaurus.
I like this. This is a fun dynamic. Compared to like the laser targeting trash, and like, I'm so glad they didn't use the fucking character from Dominion, whatever her name was, Sonoya or whatever the fuck made up name was. Maybe it's not a made up name, I don't know. Santos. I'm glad they didn't use Santos, because she was so over the top and silly. This character is also very fucking over the top, but I like this dynamic because it's not like, this isn't like it's not like the raptors are a weapon that you aim. There's more of like an actual like almost pack dynamic here with the way she uses the whistle to like call them and stuff. I like that. It's kind of a fun, this is like a better riff on like the evil raptor pack, right? You got Owen's good raptor pack. Very heavy quotation marks on that one. And then you got, the evil one, and they both have their human alphas. It's kind of fun. I'm pretty happy overall. Like this show's done a good job redeeming the Atrociraptors. Still not completely sold on the design or the fact that they are called Atrociraptors, but as you know, villain dinosaurs in the franchise or whatever. Cool.
Kill that girl on purpose with those. Got it.
How can this show convince me Brooklyn's dead without showing like a dismembered corpse? It really ultimately can't, other than it ending with her never coming back. Like the show could never fully convince me this isn't some long con, but they're sure pushing that it's true. And if it is true,
She said our boss doesn't like loose
props to
ends.
that. Okay, so boss could be Santos, it could be Dodgson. I don't remember in Dominion, or if any of the Dominion behind the scenes stuff like makes the connection between Malta and Biosyn explicit, because obviously there's like dinosaurs being delivered from Malta to Biosyn, but that doesn't mean Malta is ultimately financed and run by Biosyn, just that they are a customer, a client of the overall black market. But this, I imagine, I mean, okay, at this point, right, we're basically done with season 1. It's very clear what the overarching storyline and theme of the show is going to be. And it's basically sitting here trying to justify a lot of the shit that happened in Dominion, which is great, because it fucking needs that. And having more fun with the dinosaurs in the real world stuff, right? That's what the show is going to be, presumably. Unless they pull some big twist, there's no way this shit's all wrapped up this episode. This is what the overarching plot of the whole show is probably going to end up being, right? That's a great shot. Ooh. This is a good callback to like JP1 and JP3 hunting stuff. See, this is an example of a good callback, because that's how raptor hunting strategies work in this universe. So it makes perfect sense to bring that back in, to see that again. That's what they do. Also, the sounds for these Atrociraptors, I don't remember if this was true in Dominion. They're just the raptor sounds, because ultimately these Atrociraptors are at least, you know, partially velociraptors, which is why they reference the color palettes of the various franchise raptors, right? These aren't purebred Atrociraptors. And they even say that in Dominion, because they're referred to as designer dinosaurs or whatever, in the sense that, you know, they're not just a natural genome, they're modified. Mom? Where are we going, Mom? What are we doing next? Very strange. They are nicely detailed, the models.
Are you okay?
Wait, what? What?
I saw those raptors coming at you through the window.
There's no fucking way, right? There's no way he's just been tracking them randomly. If this is the second Deus Ex Mateo with, like, no further justification for how in the fuck he knows where to be, I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind. Don't trust this man! Well, there's the Suko. Okay, so it's not so like the trailer shot made it look like it had two like snaggletooth fangs, but it's just got a whole pile of snaggletooth down here. which I don't hate. Probably better than just having two explicit fangs. Because this is kind of this fits with kind of some weird dinosaur dentition. I don't hate it as like an embellishment on a real Suko, right? Obviously, the pattern for this guy is fucking awesome. Everybody loves this Suko, so yeah, look at that. That's great. This has like a real kind of like lizard vibe, which I dig. We'll have to take another look at the shot from the front if we can. I'm really curious if they gave this the baryonyx treatment of taking like the narrow, like okay, this is a 10, right? Eyeball here, right? You look directly ahead at a baryonyx or a spinosaurus or a suchomimus. Their snout is very like narrow and tall, right? Like this, right? They open their mouth like that to eat fish. But what Jurassic World did with the baryonyx is they made it like this. They gave it an alligator mouth to eat fish that way. But they should have an extended narrow snout and not a wide alligator snout. So I'm curious if that's been rectified here with this, because it'd be really nice. This is our third franchise Spinosaurid. It would be really goddamn nice if we could get one that has the proper like head shape. The JP3 Spino, from what I can remember, is not bad. Especially for the time, but like it's not perfect. It doesn't have like that, doesn't really capture that narrowness. Like basically I want like just make this the Suko from JWE2 and you're good to go. At least it has a pronounced notch. Like you could see it there, like right where the light of the doorway is. You could see how the jaw has that, downturn and then that upturn, kind of an Elvis sneer, right? I can't really do that. But it's another feature they kind of deleted from the baryonyx in Fallen Kingdom. Also, curious what its hands look like. Actually, you know what? I don't know. So baryonyx is known for like the hooked big claw, which is kind of gone from the Fallen Kingdom design. I don't know if that's a feature of Suchomimus. That's a curious question. Okay. Yeah, so Suchomimus does have the big enlarged first claw, like baryonyx. Oh, this really doesn't want to... Why is it getting tinier? Fucking terrible. Okay, let's do that. There we go. You can see that the first claw is notably large. Just like baryonyx. So yes, it should have an enlarged fishing claw, let's say. So let's see if it does. Okay, you know what? From that shot there, that snout looks like really good. That's a nice, long, narrow-looking snout. Could still be too wide seen from the front, like baryonyx, but at least it's got a good side profile. You even got the little, like, bump on the head here for a Spinosaurid. This looks like a great skull shape, for the franchise, at least. Okay, that's like the best look we get from the front. Compared that to like the side profile, I think this is decent. This looks decently rounded here. Another look at the hand. Can't really tell if there's an enlarged first claw. Yeah, so like not a noticeably enlarged first claw, at least in terms of like thickness. But it could be not unreasonable, maybe. It's hard to tell what's finger and what's claw there, right? Yeah, so this would be the claw here. So it's not, they didn't really give this an enlarged first claw. Okay. I am somewhat of a Fallen Kingdom baryonyx apologist. Somewhat. I think as a creature design, the Fallen Kingdom baryonyx is not bad. It looks cool. It's just not a great baryonyx, right? The thing that baffles me, if they want to make it look more like an alligator, give an alligator snout, alligator scutes, fine. But who in their right fucking mind decided not to emphasize the enlarged first claw? Like, one of the distinguishing features of, like, baryonyx, heavy claw. It's literally its fucking name. Like, why did they not go hard on that as a trait? Like, that's the single biggest missed opportunity possibly in general is them not using that. Not having, you know, a baryonic shogun go like not literally, but you know. Having a baryonyx or Suchomimus or some other Spinosaurid, you know, attacking with its hands, going for some slashes. That's something that's been missing. We get it with the Theory, obviously, but like the Theory had to be cartoonishly exaggerated for them to actually do that. And I don't mean like they cartoonishly exaggerated Therizinosaurus. I mean Therizinosaurus itself, in the real world, the actual animal is cartoonishly exaggerated. That's just how it is. Yeah, so Carno... kind of a different Carno color, actually. Yeah, he's like greenish gray. This is not a color palette we've seen for a Carno before. The raptors talking to each other, classic. Oh well, here we go, killing again. Suko got bodied. Okay. Yeah. At least it's using its hands. It's got pronounced claws. Even if it's not the first claw that's especially pronounced, I'll take it. You know what? It feels more Suchomimus-y than, like, generic theropod. Also, maybe a subtle callback to the Spinosaurus using its hands. Don't hate that. Alright, this is how we get a T-Rex. Big Edie shows up. What the fuck? Wait, what? Wait, is this a fucking Half-Life game? What the fuck was that? Why is there a stack of exploding barrels? What the fuck? That's how they could do the freaking Rex roar and like up the ante? They're like, what if? What if we do T-Rex roar? Like in Jurassic Park World, Fallen Kingdom, and Dominion, right? But there's an explosion behind it. Whoa. That was so cheesy. I kind of like it. It's so fucking over the top. Do we see any other dinosaurs here running that we haven't noticed? And the slow-mo. The slow-mo. Everybody else was like, it's time to go. Okay, Para. Is that Barry or is that the Suko? I guess that's the Suko. It just looked more like it had the baryonyx, you know, color across the top. That kind of stripe of armor. Okay. Why do tyrannosaurs in this franchise just hate velociraptors? Why is this like an instinctual hatred? It's a little funny. I mean, maybe you could make some fucking argument of like, you know, an instinctual dislike, right? Because there's like isn't there discussion of like ape species having like an instinctual dislike of snakes or something? I don't know. Maybe I made that up. So maybe like raptors habitually, you know, I don't know, steal T-Rex eggs. And so T-Rexes are like must kill raptor, just hardwired into their brain. Ultimately, the reason this is happening is just because it's rule of cool stuff. That walk cycle for the Atrociraptor looked a little janky, huh? Yeah, look at that. That's a little weird. What's the... Is this modeled after a frickin' Mattel toy? Look how big its feet are here. I'm not the only one seeing that, right? It's got clown shoes? It didn't always have clown shoes. Why do the feet look so fucking big? That's such an awkward walk cycle. Oh, is that the aloe? Yes. Okay, kind of a callback to Jurassic World and Claire. At least he's not wearing high heels. Oh, very much a callback to that shit. Ooh, you know what's another cool thing they haven't done in this franchise that would be kind of neat to see here? Have the Atrociraptors all fucking die. Have them get killed by Edie, and then just clone them back. Because that's something that's never explicitly come up in the franchise, is any of the clone dinosaurs being duplicated. Which they might have been, right? How does the original Jurassic Park have, 28 Gallimimus or whatever the hell it is? Maybe they have the genome for like 2 Gallimimus. And they just made a dozen of each. Could be. I think it would be like you could only really do it with like these distinctive, unique dinosaurs, and not like the blind Allosaurus, right? Because that's not a genetic defect, that's an injury. But if you had the Atrociraptors, ooh, that could even explain why there's only 3 here and 4 in Dominion. You have the 3 raptors here, they get wiped out, and then they come back next season and there's 4. And it's like, we just recloned them and made them better. We put a little bit of spice in the genome, you know? A little bit of kung fu genes in there. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Edie bodied the aloe, goddamn. How?
Something to the broker heads will roll.
The broker?
Oh, I guess. Okay, never mind. I thought they were being oblivious to the action happening right there, but no, they're just trying to extract something. Whoops. Bye. That's a good comedy bit. Okay, well, we're getting confirmation that they're not dead here. Making the call that it's time to go. Also that she seems attached to her killing machines. They're not just tools, that they're like her assassin babies. I like that character trait too. Don't know how I feel about the actual character design. It seems very strange, the lady. But I like the concept of this, like, this villain.
Unnerving.
We gotta get on that boat.
Look, we could all go home right now and hope that this is really over. But I don't know. Does this feel over?
No. It's been
Do you
confirmed
really
for
feel
season
safe?
2.
But Kenji, you were right. If I was really in love with Brooklyn, I should have been there.
What?
I couldn't face her after that. I was too embarrassed. So I didn't show up that night.
What happened to the cops?
I need to show up.
Are they not gonna stop the
I
boat?
have to get on that boat and find out who's been hunting us.
Well, I'm out.
My guy, you're still here?
Right?
Unfortunately, yeah. You all get real vulnerable with each other. It's weird.
There's a mama and Kylosaurus and her new egg in one of those crates. Make sure they're taken care of.
Was the egg not taken? Was the egg not one of the eggs on the boat? In the egg case? Maybe not. Okay, it's not ending how I expected it to. I expected them to go on the run with the bumpy egg and like hatch a new mascot, Baby Dino. We're not doing that. Okay, so that boat is still full of dinosaurs. So how, why do the cops not stop it?
Incoming message reads, "Good to know. Thanks for the heads up."
Just be careful out there.
Is that Brooklyn?
Don't worry.
Yep.
I have always down.
Fucking knew it.
Except when I'm not.
Alright, so she went underground or whatever. Oh. Okay. Shit. Okay, I guess she did not escape unscathed. Well, fuck. Fuck off, young Sheldon. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck that garbage show. Okay, well that's still... Okay, they didn't kill Brooklyn. It ended how I anticipated it with like the tease of Brooklyn's alive. But they fucking took her hand off. That's darker than I expected this show to go. That's surprising. Damn. So they did an attempt on her life. She lost her hand, but she managed to escape alive. And then went into hiding, basically. That's what I'm gonna guess happened here. All right. Well, shit. Good show. I'm pretty happy with this. I think this is better than any of Camp Cretaceous, possibly. Probably. I think so. It's different a little bit. It's targeting a more mature audience, I think. So it's hard to like fairly evaluate it because Camp Cretaceous is held back by its immaturity. And this isn't like crazy mature, but it's you know, it's closer. We're closer to DBZ level. Dragon Ball. No, I like this a lot. Not perfect by any means. I've got some gripes, but I mean, some of the gripes I have are just Jurassic World era world building gripes. Just the discontinuity between going from Fallen Kingdom to Dominion is unresolved. It's confusing, it's baffling, it makes no sense, and we're just supposed to, I guess, buy into the fact that dinosaurs are a nationwide threat, despite there being like 50 of them. And there's clearly not 50 of them, too, right? So it's not just... Like how the fuck do you explain that? It bothers me so much. I have like a fascination with dinosaur populations in this franchise. When I was a little kid, I would look at the Jurassic Park novel, and I just look at the population charts. But I would like make my own population charts for like fictional scenarios in the franchise. That was the kind of little kid I was, right? Also, I was reading the Michael Crichton novel when I was like 8, which is probably not when you should be reading that sort of book. But whatever, you know what? My mother had no idea it was full of horrible violence. So none the wiser. But it's just it's even to this, like you might notice in some of the JWE videos, I like to put a little population tally at the end because I still like that. It still, you know, brings me some joy to think about the dinosaur populations, right, in the franchise. That's, I think, part of why the transition from the small amount of dinosaurs escaping in Fallen Kingdom to like the global dinosaur threat in Dominion not ever being fucking explained, like at all, is so jarring to me. Like I would I would love if they had some like, here's every dinosaur that escaped from Lockwood Manor and how they, you know, the populations expanded over 5 years to become, 300 dinosaurs spread across the mainland, right? There was four Pseudoceratops that escaped Lockwood Manor, and one was pregnant and immediately laid a clutch of 6 eggs, and 5 hatchlings survived, and the herd grew to 9 animals within a year, and like 2 years later, another clutch of 6 eggs survived, and now there's 16 Pseudoceratops in the wild or something like that. That kind of shit would make me happy. I would love that. Nobody else gives a fuck, but I find it very pleasing. I just wish they'd explain that. The other thing that's like the only part of this season that I dislike actively, that is solely the responsibility of chaos theory, is Deus Ex Mateo. What? Maybe there's some bigger plan for that character that justifies how the fuck he showed up twice to help out. Like, maybe he's working directly with Brooklyn and knows she's alive this whole time. Maybe she's secretly been guiding things. That would explain it. They could salvage the character for me, but as it stands, as the season is completed, if we take it at face value, I hate Deus Ex Mateo with a passion. I hate it. But unlike some other things in this franchise that I really dislike that have cropped up over the years, this is one they can still write their way out of. They could just do what I say and have him be a secret fucking Brooklyn spy or whatever, and then it's fine. So you could have, my one big negative point of criticism for this season disappear. And I mean, I've got a few other little points of criticism. I think it took, there was a lot of time spent on like, we got to get from point A to point B to find Camper C. That was like the plot of the first half of the season. Every episode was like reconnecting. Oh no, a dinosaur. It's not bad, but like there's way worse ways to do this, way worse plot lines that we could have had. There's a lot of fun little dinosaur encounters, like the Nasudo in the gas station's fun. I love the roadside Stiggy attraction thing. That was great. I loved that. So by no means don't take this criticism to be like, this show's it's bad because this is how it's structured the first 8 episodes. No, like this is fine. I think it could have just been improved. What's going on with this dinosaur's feet? Has he got 4 painted toenails? What is this? That scene, the exploding barrels behind the Rex roar was like, that was one of those moments that like transcends stupidity into like glorious schlock. That was so ridiculous and over the top. And I can't help but laugh at it still. Uh, yeah, good season. Great step up from Camp Cretaceous.